to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a fabulous Friday. Okay, it's almost time for the weekend, baby. Okay, hold on, y'all, 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Yes, y'all, it is Friday. It is almost time for the weekend. I want to also send up a special heavenly happy birthday to my mom, y'all. Today would have been her birthday. Time went by so fast. Oh my gosh, it went by so fast. It's been 8 years. It just made on the 22nd, 8 years since she passed away. And 4 days later, it's her birthday, or was her birthday, which is today. And she would have been, 50? Let's see. No, y'all, I'm trying to think. How old would my mom have been? Lord, oh my God. I'm about to do some math. You know what? That's so funny because it was a running joke with us that every time, let's see, she would have been 60, 66. Every time it was like her birthday or something, she'll say, "How old am I?" She would ask me, "How old was she?" "I don't know. You need to keep up with your old age." Yeah, my mom would have been 66. Lord rest her soul. Oh my goodness, that is so funny. Let's see who we have here this morning. Okay, good morning, honey. 5K Gangsta is in the joining and for being first in the building. Good morning, Nina. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Good morning, Karen. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Okay, y'all. So we got some questions. Okay, now, y'all, this Ramika Meeks case, y'all, it has layers. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but it has layers. We know of the aftermath of what took place there on the scene. We've seen those videos. We've heard from the anonymous witness. Both sides have in their own phones footage of each other. Okay, we saw some of the videos of Ramika, and then we've seen some share from Ramika of Carlos. Now, one thing that we don't know, good morning, Jasmine girl, welcome. Thank you for joining. And thank you, sis, for all of your input. Y'all, she has been boots on the ground there. And this is some of what I'm going to say about that will go with what I'm talking about. And this is a very complicated, it seemed like a complicated, toxic love story and a triangle. And Carlos is at the center of all of this. Okay. Hey, D, welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, got you, sis. And y'all know after the video went viral, Carlos and Holly had deactivated their Facebook pages. Okay. Well, out of nowhere, Carlos reactivated his page, or I don't think it was necessarily a reactivation. I think that he started another one because it doesn't have all of his previous stuff on there from prior to the incident. Okay. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Oh man, I'm trying to make it her phone. Okay, the light. Okay. And so ironic that yesterday someone shared with Travel Island Carlos's sister's address and phone number and a picture of the house, stating that that's where Holly and Carlos were allegedly hiding. Now, for one, I'm trying to figure out what they hiding from, because I thought she was let go. Carlos, neither one of them had been charged. So they're not fugitives. Who are they hiding from? Come out wherever you are. Okay. Baby, who y'all hiding from? Because to our knowledge, nobody had been charged. Guess they got a little scared, okay, of that little street justice that is probably on its way. Okay, so they went and I guess took shelter because y'all already knew he wasn't going back to that place, especially since people were showing where he lived and all of that. I knew he wasn't going back there. Okay, I never knew where she lived. I don't know if people knew her address, and well, I mean, I knew the city where it shows she lived, but as far as looking up the address and all that, putting that out there, I wouldn't do that. But I'm not familiar with Illinois like that, or Chicago and so forth. And so I knew they weren't going back to their homes, okay, because they knew people were going to seek justice. Okay, let's see here. I don't want to get behind in my comments. Honey 5K said because he got something to prove and he feeling stupid now. Exactly. Jasmine Girl said, my friend and I walked over to the building and spoke to management. Girl, when you put that, I was so tickled. I said, baby, she said, I'm going to go and ask questions. Okay. Because we have a lot of questions. They have no cameras and they can't speak English, only Chinese. Now wait, sis, just to clarify, the building that you went to, was that the building over the white tall building that was behind the scene, or his building? Which one? Because I wanted to ask you that underneath. They hiding from the streets, right? They still scared. Yes, okay. And so that's the thing, y'all. My thing is, after that was leaked, now, all of a sudden, he wants to get this Facebook page going, okay? Talking about we lying. Y'all, I was dropping the kids off, so I had to get my kids ready. So I didn't screen recorded the whole page, okay? Comments and all, just in case he wants to deactivate before I get back home. I went through comments, I'm reading everything. But it showed, too, y'all, that he has been lurking in the bushes, okay, watching all of these channels. He's been around, him and Holly. They've been looking, they've been trying to see what everybody is saying and all of that. So he comes out upset. It's the audacity for me. What are you upset about? Okay, sir, what are you upset about? Because all I saw with all of those posts was about you. And D has already told us these are some narcissistic traits. He really seems like a narcissist to me. Okay, the things that he's doing, saying, the attention seeking, and all of that. Honestly, once important people view what happened, they're definitely going to try to charge him. They both go to jail. They should. Okay, they should. Now, as we've stated, and Jasmine has gone there and has spoken with some people there were no cameras out there, okay? There are no street cameras. So we're trying to figure out what footage do y'all have. Now, allegedly have, okay? Only other thing I could think of is, and this came to me this morning, because I was like, somebody under his comments said something about, yo, man, ignore these people. The police saw the footage. They let her go. Okay, so I was like, let me think. What kind of footage could possibly be out here? What else could we be thinking about? Well, the only other thing I could think about is prior to the witness, excuse me, prior to the witness coming there, because y'all know they good for recording, okay? Who's to say that there wasn't an argument, okay, where they were getting into an argument, all three of them? And is it possible, this is a theory, that Holly could have taken out her phone and recorded Ramika going off, popping off like she was about to come for her? Then she felt threatened, like, oh my gosh, let me go and get my weapon because you up here saying da 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 da, and I have it recorded and all of this. And now that's the only other type of footage, if it's from one of them, that I can think of. Okay, if it's no street cameras, if none of the witnesses that finally came around was recorded, then that's the only thing. Now, unless he had some of his people out there standing to the side recording and they kept that evidence and it has not been leaked out, that's the only other thing I can think of. Who else would have some footage? Because the anonymous witness said that she doesn't even want to be a part of this, but she was calling her boyfriend to come up there and all of this stuff. I don't think she was recording all of the stuff that was taking place. Okay, let's see. Holly probably having heart palpitation. Okay, D said, is that truth? Show her mom. If that's the truth, show her mom. Yeah, but they don't want to show the mom that, because the witness said that Holly was taunting, and these were her words, Ramika, during that moment. Okay, on all of his posts, y'all, it seemed like he was seeking sympathy. That it was about him. He said that we're lying. Okay, that we're not telling the story. We don't know the story. He said we didn't even give him time to grieve. He said that if he could have his son, his birthday, in correction, because I thought someone posted that his birthday was today, that his son's birthday is on the 28th, and he said that if he got his son, that he would buy him everything. Okay. Now, with all of this, we have questions, because if you're going to come on here with the sympathy, people lying, they don't know the truth, you didn't do this, all of this, well, answer some questions for us. Okay. One question that we have is, and if y'all have questions for him, put them in the chat too. One question that we have is, what prompted Ramika to come over there by y'all that morning? Why were y'all out there at the same time when she's running late, at the same time that she was dropping her son off? Why were y'all outside at the same time by y'all's cars? Why did she stop? Okay. Why were you allegedly holding her, pulling her back around her waist when she tried to get away? Why did you proceed to hold on to her and put her in a headlock allegedly? We just got questions. Why is that? Why is it that on the videos that we've seen, you're standing over her body and not even trying to render help, but in trying to make sure you get your self-defense case out there? But yet showing pictures of her and you and your son with the little heart over it. Where was the compassion, the love on that day? Instead of trying to make sure nobody thought different, that, oh, this is self-defense, this is self-defense. I mean, it is so sad. And didn't you think about your son in that moment? Didn't you think about your son, of how he would be feeling? Aside from all of the extra stuff that was going on and taking place, did you consider him losing a mother? Let's see. D said, no, you're not getting your son. Exactly. He wants a son. And I wouldn't even want him to have a son for the simple fact he's not going to leave Holly alone. That's the very person that unalived his mother. Honey 5K said, yeah, he's a narc. He stood over her bleeding. Exactly. He didn't even try to help her. Now he's trying to get sympathy. Right. And that's so weird that this came out after that address was leaked. Now, it was that one girl on Messy Spot's panel that D, you still in here, girl? The one that you were going, I think that's the girl that he was posting. He had tagged her in one of his posts, because the name Jaleesa, her name was Jaleesa, and he tagged her. I think he was listening to the message spot, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that's that same girl. And he said that she was lying, but I think she's kin to Ramika, because this girl in his comments was saying, well, I lost my cousin, and like they know each other, like she knows him, and she was saying that she lost her cousin. She's the one that lost her cousin, all of this, and wrote long little posts under that post, comment under that post. So I'm wondering if that's the same girl. Let's see. Why did he bring Holly? Yes, that's another question we have. Why did he bring her there? He wanted to win that court case, thinking he was going to get custody of his son without her. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, sis. I think he did that as well. Jasmine Girl said, because that court case is coming up too. Holly is in the burbs, not the city. Her family have mad money in Illinois. She isn't with Lowe's. Her family has 2 to 3 big homes in the burbs. They have hair salon chains and products sold in major stores. Okay. Good morning, Miss Lady. Welcome. Thank you for joining, Miss Lady. Oh my goodness. Did you hear that Carlos has a Facebook page again? We were so taken back by Keys News Network last night and the info he was putting out, till my mind was just going. It was late, so I didn't want to overthink stuff, but it was a lot. And today I think some stuff is supposed to come out too. And now Carlos on his Facebook also called out that Facebook page, right? I didn't notice him calling out Keys News Network. He didn't call that page out, because he did a whole screenshot of Travel Island page saying he's going to find out who's behind that page. But he didn't call out Keys News Network. He didn't post his. And he has been staying on it. Okay, well, both of them, Travel Island also is getting info too. And I'm wondering if the family is kicking over some stuff to that page. Okay, so you did just see it. He put pictures. Yes, it was the audacity for me. How dare you put up pictures of y'all and then put a little heart over it? Like, sir, what in the entire world? See, he thinks that people are making stuff up. We don't have evidence of any of the stuff that we're talking about and all of that. And so now it's, I want sympathy. Got these court cases coming up in a little over a week and all of this. And now that the address has been dropped, now let me come out. You didn't come out and try to say some kind words to your son. You didn't come out and say, my prayers are with Ramika's mom. None of that came out. But now, because the pressure is on, now people are looking for you. Now all of a sudden, okay, let me come out and say some stuff in my defense. That's crazy. Let's see, where am I going to park? Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for a parking spot. Okay. Let's see. Holly was with Carlos because she was spending time because of the new baby. Right. And to be honest, in my opinion, she had that baby just to try to be an equal level playing field with Ramika and to have a piece of Carlos. Y'all know how some women want to have a baby with a guy just to stay connected to them. Because, baby, anytime you love your child, okay, and you have a newborn baby, that's the main focus of your life, in your entire life, okay, especially a new baby. So you mean to tell me you have a 6-month-old and your mind was on getting out of a car arguing with another female, putting your child in harm's way by getting a pow pow out and unaliving this person, and your whole child is in the car. Did the baby eat? Was the baby sleep? Was the baby changed? Like, come on now. But yet you okay. Yes, the nerve of him. I'm telling you, Honey 5K said, and then the crazy part is she was pregnant and he was still dealing with Meek. That's why she's so mad she couldn't get rid of her. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Good morning, K Brown. Welcome. That part. Although it was a toxic situation, y'all, it was a it probably I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that it was this weird type of love where he just could not let her go. I don't think he would probably have wanted her with anybody else. I really think he's that type, that insecure type, that if I can't have you, nobody else can. She even shared times he all at her house and stuff like that, breaking her TV and all of that. So he's not an innocent party in this by far. I'm pretty sure he was talking to both of them. Holly knew too much of Ramika's information. Okay. So, sir, you're in the middle of all of this. Okay. You may not have pulled the trigger, but you definitely set the stage on a lot of this stuff. A lot of going back and forth, the talking about this one to this one to this one. Okay, you got children by both. Oh, I got to be in her life. She has my son. Oh, I got to be in her life because you know what it is. That's why I went off on her. Okay. D, I think that was one of the cousins. If I gotta when I go home, I'ma look because I think that was one of the cousins. I think that's that same name that he tagged on one of those posts, the same girl that was on the panel on Messy Spot. I think that that's her, the one D went off on yesterday. D had me tickled. And that could be why she know about him allegedly writing all these checks and stuff. She said he's doing scamming and all this different stuff. Like, sir, what kind of work do you do? That's another question. What kind of work? It might not be our business, but what do you do? Do you have a job? Is y'all was going to the gym? Were you going to work anytime that day? Okay, what kind of work do you do? But it is a sad situation. And your whole motive of coming out here trying to get sympathy, trying to make sure things look a certain type of way, trying to say people are lying, but you're not giving any information showing why you're saying people are lying. You haven't shown any proof of anything. Oh, y'all, it's not what y'all are thinking. This is what happened. You're not trying to clear up anything. Like Dee was saying, if y'all have some type of footage, at least show the mom so she can have some type of peace about what happened to her child. Okay, so she will know something. So where is this hidden footage that got Holly off, allegedly? Where's that hidden footage? Yeah, he is a scammer and is very popular these days, right? Yes, it is bad, y'all. It breaks my heart. Like, and then posting pictures of him and the son together, talking about, and see, this is one thing that I hate when folks do this. Now, you putting pictures of the son talking about, yeah, I did a lot for you. I did everything for you, and I never wanted credit. Well, clearly you want some credit now. Why are you talking about it now? That didn't even need to be said. Okay, so if you do stuff from the kindness of your heart, just do it from the kindness of your heart. Of course, you probably did take care of your son. I don't think Ramika had a problem with how he was taking care of his son. However, I don't think she would want her child around someone that unalived her. I know I wouldn't. And clearly you're gonna be with your girl because she got access. She got your child. So it's a bad situation, y'all. It every day it's like something new with this, and really we just want justice. And Carlos, a lot of the videos that we saw, even from your angle, okay, even from Ramika's angle, one constant thing she said that resonates here, even on the earth while she's gone that we clearly hear her say in almost all of those videos? Why are you always lying? She clearly left that message. She clearly said that on the ones your friend showed that y'all ain't seen supposedly for 3, 4, 5 years. He can't get the number of years right. And the ones that she had shared. She was saying you're always lying. Okay, those were her words. And I believe her because you're trying to make things look a certain type of way. And until you show us differently, we just got questions. There's a lot of unanswered questions out there. Honey 5K said, I don't believe there's footage of Holly and her fighting. I still don't believe that they ever had a physical altercation. I don't think that they were physically fighting that day. They probably were arguing. Oh, and another thing, y'all, yesterday, I believe Travel Island shared there were 2 911 calls, and the witness did not lie. That first 911 call, it was a battery call. Okay. And the battery call was because, remember, she said she called originally because Carlos was allegedly fighting Ramika and hitting her in the back with her the car door. Okay. So the first call was a battery call. That's why she originally called the police. Now, if they had gotten there in time, and I'm trying to figure out, because Jasmine, didn't you say the police station is only a few blocks away from where all of this happened? Okay, so what took them so long to get there? Because if they had gotten there in time for the battery call, by the time they got the one where the girls were, they said fighting, or one had the pow pow and all of this, that probably would not have happened. So where were the police? Why did it take so long? I'm trying to understand that. Yeah, that video would have been posted. They were posting videos from 3 years ago. Why not post a video of them fighting? Because there is not one. Exactly. Jasmine Girl says no footage. The police were still asking for help 2 weeks ago. Not asking for help 2 weeks ago. On the news, nobody is coming forward, and I think Road Record plays a part in this. Oh, but I don't think, see, to me, that's not fair. Because regardless of what she did years ago, okay, and on her record, hey, Angie, good morning. Hey, Latae, good morning. I don't feel that should have anything to do with what just happened to her in the moment of when she got unalived. I really don't think that should play a part. Now, of course, if Holly had that restraining order, then yes, they're going to look at that. And if she showed any other videos that we are not aware of, she could have gone there crying, trying to do some of her bad acting. Okay. We don't know. But something lets me know that they don't have anything. Okay. I just really feel that. I really feel if they know the public, see, and I think they don't want to come on out and say that because they don't want a whole like riot, or I don't think it would be a big riot type of situation, but it will definitely be some people speaking up. Okay. And I think they're trying to keep peace by not saying they don't have anything. But that's not, I don't know. That's not right to me. Hey, Janet, good morning. Okay, Dee said, I believe that. Karen said, during that time of mourning and how people whip out phones, someone would have caught that fight. That's what I was thinking too. Miss Lady said, I'm listening. I'm driving to work. Okay, be safe. Thank you so much. The cops over here are inexperienced because we don't have crime like that over here, but our police station is 3 blocks from where this happened. Okay. And that's what I was saying yesterday, that you were saying that the area that took place usually don't have that type of crime. So, baby, that's almost like here in Texas, if y'all have heard of Arlington, Texas. I don't know if y'all have heard of Arlington, but it's a small, like, it's an older area here in North Texas, right? Well, and it's small. It's not too small, but it's small. There is rarely crime there. Like, you will get some shootings there, blah 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 blah. Guess what they mostly do in Arlington? They have a reputation for this. Give people tickets. Okay. They sit on the sidelines and give people tickets. So if you're driving through Arlington, to be on guard, because you may get pulled over for a ticket. Okay, because they always watching the speed. They don't have nothing else to do. Okay, now Arlington is also that place where I don't know if y'all remember the story where the woman comes into the like the hair salon, is like salon and suites, and shot her, I think it was her ex, in front of the barber while he was getting his haircut. He had a whole credit repair business. Baby, I know that threw them for a loop getting that call. I mean, the first thing when I saw it took place there in Arlington, Texas, I said, well, were they prepared? Because they don't get that kind of crime over there. Okay, so I don't even know how fast they got there. I don't know if they were prepared to get the call. So some places are not used to certain crimes. Okay, so they are not fast on it. They're not that, oh Lord, what's going on? So if these police are inexperienced with this type of crime, did they even know protocol? Did they know, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that? Now, Kings News Network said that allegedly some investigating was done. Okay. I don't know how much investigating they did. I don't know how deep they went into stuff, why Carlos was able to go home and change his clothes. No, I need to take pictures. You got blood on you, got blood. I need to know what happened. How did you get that blood? I would be asking all kind of questions. Okay. Why he's standing all over the crime scene? No, you need, because now he's contaminated the crime scene. We saw it on video. Okay, you got a police officer down trying to help Ramika. He not. Okay, probably was not rendering aid. Then you got another lady. She walking up on the scene. She don't even know the killer right here, right here to the side. The witnesses got to tell them what happened. It was a whole mess. You can tell that they were not prepared for that. Okay, let's see here. Dee said she did know that's what narcissists do. Karen said, I'll be in Arlington for the game in October. Okay, watch your speed. Yeah, to be honest, that's where I got most of my tickets from. Okay, watch your speed, because, baby, they don't have nothing else to do over there. Okay, nothing. Jasmine said kids over here still ride their bikes to school. Is very diverse. Those cops they were so lost at their scene. It was embarrassing. Exactly. Okay, girl, it was so embarrassing. Okay, right, Latte. Hi, A Stokes. Thank you for joining. Hi, D family of 3. Welcome. A mom just shot her 13-year-old son last night in Texas. Don't remember what part. Oh, really? See, that's what I'm saying, y'all. It's so much stuff going on every day. It's hard for me to keep up. I try to keep y'all informed and stuff like that, but y'all, it has been so many different stories happening. Then we had this one lady here in Texas. This is a bookmark. We'll get back to Carlos. That and I hated to put this in the chat, but y'all, I had to, because my little antenna went up. Now, this lady had been missing, right? And they had her flyer going around. And so they had an update that she was going to Tyler, Texas, and they saw her on camera where she had her whole suitcase. She had a suitcase, and she had ditched the car there. So I started thinking, I said, well, is the lady trying not to be found? I mean, in my mind, it seemed like she left and was on the run. Like, I don't think she was trying to be found. So then, now it's been at least probably a month since this lady has been missing. They updated and said, great news, she has been found, but no more details are being released right now. Wait, what? Okay, and like a couple people said in the chat, so y'all wanted the prayers, y'all were asking for our help. What happened with this lady? Okay, did y'all find her and see that she was okay and she wasn't trying to be found? was so crazy. But yes, they found her and didn't give anyone any updates. And people were in the comments was like, hey, in these type of cases, we nosy. Now y'all need to tell us. We've been up here on this case trying to find this lady and nobody telling us anything. We want to know, where was she found? Where did she go? Why did she go there? Okay. Let's see. Yes, I saw it on YouTube last night. A black mom at that. They just said an argument happened. The mom locked up the son in the hospital. Oh wow, but he's okay. Okay. D said I've been feeling saying that don't have nothing to do with the police department. Oh, have nothing to do. The police department scared too. Yes. Oh, you heard of that too? Jasmine said my friend said she thinks Rose's record of attacking all five of his baby mamas played a part. So Holly used that to help her. Oh, get off. I just feel like, oh, this is, man, that's a tough situation. Man, she was getting into it, all the baby mamas. I mean, I still feel like in that moment, I mean, it brings the character part in there. But still, even with that, if we don't have any proof of what happened that day, was she hitting her or, going after her? She didn't have a weapon. So the least she could have done, or, was fight her back or get in her car and leave. Carlos, that's another question. Why didn't Holly just get in her car and leave? While you were allegedly holding Ramika, why didn't you tell her to leave? Why didn't you tell her not to get her pow pow? Because we heard you told Ramika she's going to go get it. So why didn't you try to stop her? Okay, we just have questions. Hi, No More Drama. Welcome. Thank you for joining. We got questions. Why didn't you try to stop that? Why didn't you let Ramika go and let her get in her car so she could drive off? Since we're coming out today, those of you who are just coming in, Carlos has a Facebook page up now trying to say everybody lying, okay? Trying to get sympathy, trying to share pictures of him and Ramika, talking about we didn't even let him grieve. You had time to grieve? Where have you been? Because you haven't been on a news outlet, on Facebook. So what were you doing over these past couple of weeks? If you weren't grieving, that doesn't make sense. I think he has 6. Yeah, with the new baby. Mm-hmm. The other baby mother is not talking bad about me, so they don't even matter. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, we haven't heard from any of the other baby mamas. We just hearing from Holly. Facts, but I swear I think Holly was fed up and snapped that day, and they knew CPD don't charge. They knew they would get off. I think she snapped too, and the reason that I agree that she snapped is when they said she kept clicking the pow pow. The only reason she stopped shooting was because it locked. And you know how some people go into that zone where they snap, and I think she did that day. But I think this had built up, and I still see it as y'all know that movie, Single White Female? I still see it as a single black female type of scenario. I know Keys News Network, he's been sharing some things, as far as the dance video. He's told us some things as far as Holly allegedly wearing some of Ramika's clothes and things like that. I know sometimes we laugh and things like that, but y'all, I feel that she didn't get enough attention. She really seems like one of those girls that want attention, and just because you light skin, some people think you're pretty and all of that. Those are sometimes some of the most insecure people. And then she gets with this guy, but his heart is not truly with her. Although him and Ramika probably had a very toxic situation, she probably always saw herself as second. And so then she's like, okay, what do I need to do to be number one? She's trying on the girl clothes. You're trying to dance. You're trying to do all of this. You're talking about her, down in her. I would never. When a lot of the things you said you would never do, you were doing. And then some of the stuff you've done is worse. Okay? And then here you are in this moment. She probably felt like this girl is a constant gnat in between us. That's aggravating. And if it was premeditated and he felt that, okay, this was the time for her to shoot her, I still feel a little part of me feels that I don't know if he felt that she would unalive her to that degree. But she saw that as a moment and snapped because that was her main way of getting rid of her. Throughout their relationship, she probably saw she was going to forever be a part of their relationship and she was always going to be second. I just feel that vibe from her. Did you hear that Carlos address? Yes, no more drama. Well, that was his sister's, allegedly. D saying that B made me mad again last night. Jasmine Girl said, I don't know how they're going to live with themselves because I wouldn't be able to. That movie is beyond interesting. I do see is that with certain females like competition, they do everything you do. Yes. It was a girl that I used to work with at the bank. And she was weird like that. She watched everything. She knew what people wore every day. She was like, oh, yeah, I remember you wore that last Tuesday. She was trying to talk like you. It was like you would say something, you have your little sayings, and she would eventually start saying it like that. It was very weird. Well, we know she can't dance. Exactly. Now, that's one thing we did find out. If I had a new baby, that's my concern. I'm not thinking about no other woman. Exactly. Hi, Brittany. That's what I'm saying. But y'all, I don't think she had a baby because she just wanted a baby. No, she wanted a baby with him. And so she would now be at an evil level playing field with Ramika in her mind. Ramika has a baby with him. I want a baby with him. Okay. So now she has this baby. Now, girl, if you go to jail, your baby is going to be without a mom. Okay. And then you weren't even thinking, this is how I know. If you had a newborn baby, you would not have even been involved in that situation or taken out a pow that one of those bullets could have possibly ricocheted and hit your child. You put your own child into danger. That's how I know it's all about because I want his baby. You are 31. At what age do you grow out of that? Oh, I want his baby because she got his baby. Girl, get married first. Now, I'm not saying that, accidents don't happen and things like that, but that's some early 20s type of mentality. Okay, some high school stuff. And not to even say that we should be doing that in high school. But you 31. Like right now should be a time you get your life, your career and, making a home for your child and not out here fighting some girl. Okay, going back and forth over a dude that don't care about either one of y'all. I mean, he cares about himself. You can tell. When he came back, what all did he talk about? When he put his Facebook, what all did he talk about? Okay, just think about that. Everything is centered around him. He's trying to make sure that he does not take the fall. She is now collateral damage. Okay, so she better watch it because he's going to turn on her. I'm telling you, it's a matter of time. He is going to turn on her. He doesn't care that these are his baby's moms. He doesn't care. You can tell. Holly grew up with money in the north suburbs, but had no sauce. Ro had the flavor. She had the style, the friends. She could dance. She was just that girl. Exactly. And she saw that. She saw that. She wanted to have that and be that. And she wasn't. Yeah, that's what I want to know, D. Where are they? Yeah, where are the other baby mamas? They haven't. I guess they trying to stay out the. they they like, look, we ain't involved. This ain't our fight. they, they like trying not to get involved in this. So I don't know where they are. I haven't heard anything um about it. It's a hard situation because that is their children's sibling, the little boy. Now that he doesn't have his mom, it's like she didn't even think about that. You unaliving your child's sibling's mother. How do you think as time goes on? And I think, was it Miss Lady? Miss Lady brought this up yesterday, and it was a very good point. Okay. And of course, we pray that God covers her son and his mind and his mental throughout this. But as he grows up and really comes into the knowing of this situation, how do you think he's going to feel towards his dad? How do you think he's going to feel towards his sibling that his mom killed his mother? When he really can grasp what really, really went down in this situation. See, Carlos is not thinking about that right now. See, that's why he wants him. So he can pump his mind with his narrative. Okay? He wants to fill his mind with what he wants him to think, not with what happened. Just to ease his conscience, his guilty conscience. He wants to get to his son because he knows that once his son comes into, he knows kind of at his level right now, his mom is gone, her life was taken. But when he really grasps what happened, some kids, they will go and seek revenge. Okay, I don't know if y'all remember that movie. Hey, Daily Sis with Jazzy J is in the building. Y'all remember that movie Colombiana? And with Colombiana, she was a little girl and her family was in the business, okay, over in Colombia, and dealt drugs and they did all this stuff. And so they knew some information and on this top official. And right one day, the enemy, the guy was coming and he unalived her parents right while she was sitting at the kitchen table. They gave her this little disc that had all this information. She put it in her mouth, swallowed it, right? Because her dad told her that that was her passport to come over to the US where her family, she had more family and so forth. Now, she knew what had just transpired with her family, her parents. Her whole life, she trained. Okay. Her uncle trained her how to be an assassin because what she ultimately wanted to do was come back for each and every one of them that had uh um that were responsible for her parents' demise. She made that her life's assignment so that she can find each and every one of them and take them out. You never know how a child will want to come and get revenge later on for what you did right now. And that's why he wants to get to his son. So he can fill his head with what he wants him to believe. It's best for the other baby moms to stay out the public. I would be scared to come forth too in the city. CPD doesn't protect anyone here. And I believe that. His other baby mother is probably can't stand his butt. They can't stand his butt. I know they probably don't like him. Hey Glenn, good morning. Brittany said no, I don't know. Open book. I never seen that movie. It's a really good movie. I wonder how Holly feel now that Carlos posted Meek's pictures with them and their son. You know what? Since we're thinking alike, because I thought about the same thing. I said, now see, here you go. Okay. She definitely didn't like that. Okay. Like, how can I get rid of her? You can't. You can't. You would never be her. You would never be her. You would never be number one, girl. Okay, like really think about that. I know that made her mad. I knew it made her mad. that. I thought that same thing. I said, now look at here. He done posted pictures. I said, I know she's somewhere fighting the air. She is hot. You would never be her, girl. She still get more attention, love, all of that, even in death, girl. You would never be her. Bye. Okay, not even taking up for Holly, right? It's about him. I'm telling you, it is about him. She is collateral damage. He's gonna turn on her when it push comes to shove. That's why he let her get the gun. He didn't want it to be like he had the gun. Right. It was a really good movie, Miss Lady. Yep, and that can happen with Carlos. She got her revenge too. She sure did. She probably gonna end up. Oh, I hope not, honey. 5K. Now I don't want that for her. But sometimes those situations can go like that, y'all. To be honest, it's sad. It really is. She has this weird, just obsession. Oh, and he has his obsession is with Ramika. Hers is with him. So it's like, who, girl? I don't know. You're gonna have to get some security about yourself. See, that shows you money doesn't always make you happy. And even if she comes from a family with all of this going for them, that doesn't mean that she has it. Okay, like Shaq said when when they asked him about his kids, he said, "I'm rich. They not. They gotta work and get it." Shaq said they gotta earn their own keep. They gotta earn their own money. So yeah, she may have come from that, but they probably have their own money, and she gotta make her own way because she was working at Sprint. Okay, no shade against Sprint. I used to have a Sprint phone, but girl, you were clowning Ramika for helping the elderly, trying to become a nurse and stuff. That's a career. Okay, that's a position with some purpose. Girl, don't ever do that. We would never clown somebody that's trying to get a career and do something with their lives when you working at the call center. Okay, please stop. And I've worked at a call center too. Okay. Let's see. She really went on her way. She really went out of her way to take that female life, thinking her and Carlos was going to live happy. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Lachelle's. Good morning. He never cared for Holly. Remember, Ramika's sister said that he told Holly they wasn't together. She just got pregnant, of course, with his help. Yep, I believe so. I believe it was to keep him. It was one of those situations. It wasn't because, oh, let's have a baby together. Oh, I love. No, you wanted to keep that man, have his baby, be connected to him, and have something that Ramika had. Okay, because the other stuff you couldn't get. So, okay, I can give him a baby. That's it. True, because she looked a mess that morning. Right. I said, baby, what kind of money she got? We would never have money and be out looking like that. Okay. Let me stop. Oh my God. I hope that doesn't happen. Right. I hope not. I don't want nothing to happen to her. Helping the elderly is better than working at Sprint. Right. Hi, Eris LaRue. Grand rising to you at work, so won't be chiming in too much. Okay, got you. Yeah, open book. I work at a call center. Right. No shade on call centers. I do too. But I'm not out here when I was working at the call center saying, look at you being a nurse and all. Look at you up there teaching those kids. See, we're not doing that. Okay. I worked at the call center for 10 years. Okay. So no shade, girl. I meant helping the elderly is better than working. Yeah, exactly. It has a purpose. You know, it takes a special. One of my friends, she works at the nursing home rehabilitation center and stuff like that. It takes a special person to do those things. The elderly, some of them, they're at the latter part of their lives. They have dementia, things like that. They want to fight you and they can't help themselves. So it takes special people to really do those types of jobs. Like seriously. I'm just like, I just didn't like that. I really didn't, so. But y'all, when I get a chance, we'll go through that page. We're gonna be nosy. Since he said we are lying and all this. Well, hey, well, come on, give us something to not lie about, okay? But I want to go through those comments because I know people. See, he turned the comments off unless you're a friend. Also, see, he knew everybody was gonna come for him. So he turned off comments unless you are a friend. Um, for now. But at least we can read what some of these other people see. That's where it all goes down, y'all. Not in what he's just posting. Where it goes down is the comment section. So you got to put the pieces together, okay? But right now I got an appointment, so I'm gonna have to catch up with y'all. If I miss something, y'all keep me in the loop, okay? Keep me in the loop now. I meant help. Okay, I read that. I pray for the children. Yes, exactly. I do too, because those children are really, really the ones that are going to feel this. His children with Ramika and Holly, um, both of them. You know, when they really come into the knowing of what happened, it will affect both of them differently, because one, my mom took a life, and the other, my mom's life was taken. Okay, so we definitely need to cover those babies up in prayer, because this is their life. This is a whole life's journey. And me knowing the loss of a mother, that is a pain like I don't wish on no one. But to know that your mom's life was taken like that, that makes it even harder. It makes it even harder. Thank you, Jasmine girl. Okay. Thank you, D. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great Friday at work today. Make sure you hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell, because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you. Y'all have a great day. Bye bye.